Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and I am coming here. Look, guys. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fourth of the teal. Like, I'm really fighting the urge, which I think I might lose, because this part, I need to be behind this. But that's just for my thinking. But I came here. Look at that fat man. Fat man in window coat. Fat man in the window coat. Bisque. I'm not Biscuit. I'm the Ori. Hi, Ori. Hi, Princess Bear. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Okay, I am sorry. Bisque. Biscuit. Bisque. Fat man in window coat. You're so handsome. I'm so handsome. You're so beautiful. Look at my two babies. Look at my two babies. They're the most gorgeous babies in the world.
Biscuit.
The most gorgeous babies in the world.
Biscuit was trying to eat a sweet tart.
And Biscuit was trying to eat a sweet tart. Hi, Ori. Okay. Ori's like, I'm having a Kanye moment. I don't want to be filmed. Respectfully. Okay, so I was coming here to make this video while it's fresh in my head. Today is March the 24th, 2026. And I went to the doctor this morning. The doctor I've been trying to get in for 10 years. It's the neurosurgeon. So I went back to that office, and they're going to schedule a CAT scan of my neck and my head. They, and because I told her, I don't know if y'all watch my videos, if anybody watches this video, to watch my, what?
God again.
Oh, you're drinking something cold? Yeah. With the gum? Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it, last year. I was saying that, like, why do I smell poo water? And, or chlorine water, or however you want to say it. And I was just like, okay, that was just weird. I thought it was just me. So then it happens, and like me trying to just be like in my head, and when it happens, me sit back and think like, okay, why am I smelling chlorine water? Why does it smell like I just left a swimming pool? And it was like, and it's not like constantly. It's just like, it would happen. I'll smell it. Then they go away. So then when it happened, like, I'm going to say like last week or something, or yeah, let's just give it last month. So when it was, I started like stopping what I was doing, thinking about the situation, like, okay, why randomly am I smelling it or whatever? And I then looked it up, and they were like, oh, usually if you smell that, it's a sinus infection. But I'm like, okay, just randomly have a sinus infection, and then the sinus infection goes away like in 5-10 minutes. They don't make no sense. So then, like when it happened again, I'm like, okay, like I don't know why I was doing that. But then I was like, okay, so what was happening? I wasn't active, so it wasn't like I was moving around. I'm not mopping, not using any bleach products, because that was like my first thought that somebody was using bleach and I was like smelling bleach. I lightweight can smell it now. I'm trying to think. Like a little bit on the right side. Yeah. Okay, so like right now in real time. Yeah, I think it might be because I don't feel the head pressure that much. But I did take Painquil when I got home from the doctor. So maybe the Painquil took some of the swelling out. And now that the Painquil is wearing off, maybe the head pressure is coming back. I don't know. Because I don't really feel the head pressure. Like, when I say head pressure, I'm talking about like the front and top of my head. Because usually when I feel head pressure up there is when like the front and then the top of my head. And then I start smelling the chlorine water. So I can, well, it's not really, no. I mean, if it did it just now, it wasn't like a big, a big chlorine smell. Because now I don't smell it. Like, but it wasn't like normal smelling. Like how I usually do. Yeah. And like, so my nose is not juicy. Gross, I know, TMI. And so when I looked it up, they said it could be cerebellum, or, the spinal fluid, not spinal fluid, brain fluid. Sorry. But anyways, they said it could be that. And I'm like, that would make sense. That would make sense. So I noticed the other day when it did it, I was like, okay, like my head is hurting, like in the front, on the top of my head. And then I started smelling it and I'm like, okay. And in the description, it was like if your nose starts running, it's watery. And I'm like, well, I never noticed the smell. Like I never, like no water ever runs out. But I was like, so when it was happening, I was like, okay, let me try blowing my nose. And I was like telling Gary, bring me toilet paper. I need to blow my nose because I need to see if any liquid was coming out, like while I was smelling it. And then about the time he brought me some tissue, like the smell was gone, but it was like a little bit, maybe a fluid. But it could just be like that I was just, I don't know. But right now, I don't feel like my nose is wet. So, say, 'cause I'm a healthy girl. I'm a sick madam. I'm very demure, very cutesy, very mindful. I know I said that backwards. But yeah, so what they're gonna do is They need to check the pressure. They need to check the setting. So the pressure, let's see what the pressure is on the shunt tube. They need to see the spinal pressure. So that means I gotta get another spinal tap. Last time I got a spinal tap, I freaking almost died. Not exaggerating, let me say it like that. It was February of 2016 when I got it. And when I say I almost died, I was in bed for 3 days. I literally didn't need to drink anything for 3 days. And I remember because I was like, okay, am I dead? And and the only reason why I said that is because I was in bed for 3 days. Didn't eat, didn't drink. That's like no exaggeration. And then when I did get up, I remember I got up, went to the living room, and I sit on the couch. And Gary was watching, it was a movie. And okay, so this is my description of it. It was basically, I'm going to say another angle of Harry Potter. And let me explain. So, and y'all probably know what movie I'm talking about once I explain it. Because, okay, so it was this girl. She was a writer, but because she was a woman, of course she couldn't be an author or anything, or, So she was writing up under a pseudonym, like a male name. And she had, I can't remember if she had 2 sisters and 1 brother, but I know she at least had 1 brother. And I know she had at least 1 sister. And they lived with their dad because I think their mom already died. And so, but I know she had at least 1 brother. I can't remember if she had 2 sisters or whatever. But her brother was like a really bad drunk and all that. And I say it's like another form of Harry Potter because I'm not gonna say most. I'm gonna say there was a lot of Harry Potter characters, not like oh Dumbledore, not like that, not the characters, but the actors. That's what I meant to say. There was a lot of actors and actresses that was in Harry Potter, and if some of the scenes was a soundstage, then they either used the soundstage or they used the real outdoor, because like when the girl went to town and to like basically turn in another chapter of her book, it was Hogsmeade. Like if y'all seen Harry Potter, and like I said, if the whole town of Harry Potter was a soundstage, then they based it off of that real life town, or that town was done in the Harry Potter soundstage. And like the house that the girl lived in, I do believe was like another form of a Harry Potter building. But I say that to say, like the girl wrote, and she was famous, and her brother, he ended up getting tuberculosis, and he got the daddy sick. The daddy died. Got the sister that was taking care of him, got her sick because he coughed in her face, and it was blood. And then next thing you know, the sister died of tuberculosis. So that's what I'm saying. But not the girl that was the artist. But this is what made me feel like that I was dying or that I was already dead. Because like I went and I sit on the couch and like Gary was watching that movie. And then on the movie, like when like I don't know if the Arthur girl if she died or if it was just like a flashback of when they were kids, but they sit on like they were in the middle of a field, and I remember they looked up and there was three moons, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then after that movie went off, I go, yeah, I think I need to go to the hospital. And I know you're like, okay, what's that? Made you think that she was dead. I mean, because I thought maybe it wasn't three moons on the TV screen. Maybe I'm hallucinating. But went to, was it anybody?
Hello? Don't need it.
But I thought maybe I'm dead. But so when we did go to the ER, like, cause got up, packed up the girls, and we went to the ER, and then my kidneys was shutting down. Like I was already like at the point to where I was basically peeing blood, but that's because I didn't eat or drink for 3 days. And so when I say I almost died. And the one thing that brought me back, and I say it brought me back, because I remember I was in the car, and I don't remember why we were in the car. Was it my doctor's appointment, Gary, or was it? Because we was at UT. Well, I remember we went to the hospital, like UT hospital, and I was sitting in the parking lot. It might have been you was getting a Xolair shot.
Well, that could have been, yeah.
At UT.
Yeah, I got it a few times there, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember I was sitting in the car, and I was like sitting in the sun, and I remember I was eating the thin crackers, and it was balsamic vinegar and beets, but it was crackers, and I ate them, and like I was drinking some just water, and like literally I was like, okay, I got to eat these. I got to eat something. And so that's what I did. I started eating them and like drinking some water. And I feel like that's what brought me back. So the beet crackers, it was beets and balsamic vinegar crackers. They don't sell them anymore. It was Good Thins. I think that was the whatever. I like they do still sell Good Thins, but they don't sell that Pacific one. And I want them Pacific ones because I feel like whatever was in it, if it was real beets, if it's the balsamic vinegar that's doing it, obviously it might not be the balsamic vinegar because I have balsamic vinegar glaze right now here at the house. I love it on everything. It's my Frank red blood, not blood. Gary, you know what I'm trying to say. Frank's red hot sauce. I was trying to say that, but blood came out.
Blood came out?
Yeah. Frank's blood sauce. That's what I was saying. Red blood sauce. Anyways, Frank, nobody wants your blood. Sir, you keep it. That's all you.
You might need it.
Well, I don't want Frank's blood. Nah.
Get them red blood cells working. Get some good freshmen in there.
My red blood cells are so damaged, Frank's won't even have a chance. It would literally run right back out. It'd be like, you ain't, These bad boys are evil. And they are. And they is. And they did. And they will. But yeah, so that's the update. A scan. And then they're going to get the x-rays from Tenova they're going to get the bone density scan from Tenova. And then they're going to get the records from 10 years ago. And they're like, well, I mean, sometimes it doesn't work. Would you like to get it removed? And then that's when I was like, I'm afraid. And that is true. I'm afraid to get it removed. Only because they are the ones that did it. No, I did not see him, but they are still associated with him. And like I told that woman, because she's like, oh, well, what neurologist are you seeing? I'm like, I don't see anybody. I was like, because nobody would touch me. I literally said them words. Nobody would touch me. She's like, oh, so you're not in with the neurologist? No, because no one would touch me. Like, it took me 10 years to get back to you guys. You guys, like, y'all were the ones that did the surgery. And y'all stopped seeing me October of 2015. I got the surgery July the 1st. Double brain surgery at that. July the 1st, 2015. Y'all stopped seeing me. Literally called the day of my appointment and told me it's nothing that he can do. There's no use to coming into the appointment. October 2015. My teeth started falling out November 2015. And if anybody seen my teeth before the surgery, you would know nothing was wrong with my teeth. Nothing. Until after I had the brain surgery. It could have been a weird coincidence. Or it could have been my brain. So, that's when she asked me, would you want to get it removed? I'm afraid because of the complication that I had with that surgery and the complications that I'm having still to this day. I told her I can't bend over too long because my head gets too heavy for my neck. And now, for a year now, maybe a little bit more, I now have a lump on the side of my neck. No, it's not a hard lump, so it's not like a goiter or anything. And it's not lymph nodes because I got it ultrasound. They said they didn't see anything. I got an x-ray. Like the full, what's that called? The full, the bone density thing. I don't know if they seen anything, but it was there. But they were looking at the bones, the radiation for my bones. But the fact that I know I need it removed is scary because when I say nobody will touch me, nobody legally will touch me. Because anything that a doctor do that has to do with the shunt part of my body has to ask the man that did it. And if you almost killed me, and this is my words, if I had complications with the first surgery, I feel like that you're going to kill me with the second surgery. And legally, unless it's an emergency brain surgery, unless it's an emergency brain surgery, nobody legally can do the brain surgery on me because he has a monopoly over my brain. He has to sign basically the rights over that say that yes, somebody besides him can do it. And if it's somebody in his office, maybe he physically won't do the surgery, but the people that work with them would. And that's what's scary. That's what's scary. Because he has a monopoly over my brain. He says who and what they can do. Who can do what? Who can actually do anything for my brain or the shunt or whatever, and what they can do. But see, I know you listeners, whoever's listening, if anybody, if just me, whatever, even at that, they have to ask him, right? He will not answer anybody. He will not get back in touch with anybody. So even if they do ask, can I treat Marquita for XYZ? They're waiting for the answer. He doesn't get back with them. Or if he does, they're not telling me that he said yes or no. Because that's as far as it goes. Okay, well, we're going to reach out to him and we're going to ask him. The next thing I know, well, we haven't heard nothing from him. Can you call him? He won't call me back. Okay, but can you try to get in touch with him? I could try, but he's not going to call me back. And I tell him every single time, you can ask. He's not going to call you back. Oh, no, we're, we can get through. Okay. Then they call me. Well, he haven't got back with us. Can you get a hold of him? I told you, he's not going to get back with you. Like I said, this appointment that I went to today, I've been trying to get this appointment for 10 years. 10. 1-0. 1-0. I've been trying to get this appointment. Yep. For 1-0. 10 years. Since October of 2015. I've been trying to get this appointment that I went to today. So if he, and I'm saying this because he never got back with me or anybody to ask, if he ignored me and other doctors for 10 years, knowing that every doctor I go to, every doctor that's trying to get a hold of him, that he ignored, I feel, and I'm fearful that he will kill me so that I will not be a nuisance to him. That's how I feel. He's like, oh yeah, I'll do the surgery. And then, oh, she's dead. She can't bother me no more. That's how I feel. Call me paranoid. But what you're not going to call me is insane for my feelings. Because of our history. Of our history. He ignored me basically for 10 years. If not him specifically, he ignored the doctors. Not one. Multiple different doctors. He ignored them. And I'm only going based on them saying he never got back with them. And them want me to get in touch with him. So, when I say that he ignored me for 10 years, he ignored me for 10 years. He ignored the doctors that I went to that was trying to fix
his hair.
well, not even the air, that the doctors that was like, okay, headache, okay, stiffness and all this, I legally cannot do anything. I can work around. I can kind of like give you this, but it's not going to be it's not basically fully what you need. I can try to go around the corner and treat you a little bit, but it ain't going to be for your main thing. It's not going to be for your head feeling like that you have a football or a baseball. Not baseball, may like a football stuffed in the back of your head. It's not going to feel like that your head is going to just like send you on over and make you fall because your head gets too heavy if you bend over too much. It's not gonna stop your head having pressure in it. It's not gonna do that. It's not going to fix any other things that is going on with your brain or your head or your neck or your spine. It's not going to do that. So, oh, you need your shunt to be adjusted? 10 years later, we adjust it. Like I said, I haven't had my shunt adjusted up or down, off or on, for 10 years. The woman that was setting up the appointment for me to go get a CAT scan, she's like, oh, well, do you have your card? I said, no, y'all never gave it to me. Oh, okay, well, we'll look it up. Yeah. If y'all didn't know, when he did the surgery, he was supposed to give me a card saying what shunt I have, when I have it, when it expires, and in case somebody needs to work on me, put me in a machine, do anything, I'm supposed to have a physical card or a bracelet. Let me show you what I got for my port. Hold on. So if anybody needs to know anything about my port, this is what I got. Brand Power Port, and that's what it looks like for them to access it. So if anybody say I'm unconscious, they go, oh, she has the power port. This is what it looks like if we need to access it. I got that in May of 2025 when I got my port in my chest. I'm supposed to have either a bracelet like that or a physical card saying she got this shunt. This is when she got it. I don't have anything like that. And because he never gave me anything. He never gave me any information. I found out like 5 years or maybe close to 4 years after the shunt surgery that I was supposed to have a card to bring or to carry around with me for the hospital, the ambulance, for anybody to know, oh, she has a VP shunt. It is this is when she got it, this is when it expires, XYZ, this is all about it. This is who it is. I'm supposed to have a bracelet to have on my physical person, and I'm supposed to have a card in my wallet. I think I might got a card of my power port. I will check right now to show that, yeah, I got a bracelet, and I think I got a card in my wallet, just in case they don't see my bracelet. But I try to keep it with the rest of my things. Like where I had gastric bypass, I try to keep it with that. So if they know, oh, she had gastric bypass. Let me look. I'm looking to see. That's the card saying that I could eat on the kids menu. Okay, here, I'll show y'all this. This is showing that I had weight loss surgery. And then this is showing that I can eat on the kids menu. So I'm looking to see if I got that card because I know one came with it. Yeah. Yep, here it is. It was June. I said May. I didn't mean May. But I have a card. For what? My port. I'm supposed to have a card like that for my shunt. Yep. I'm supposed to have a card like that for my shunt. And I do not. I got a bracelet and a card. Got a Joe and a Jackson in my house. Like I'm Joe, okay?